Hi, everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream, and welcome to a morning in Moscow. Well, it's 10:41 now. I'm going to test the live stream for a little bit here, probably for about 20 minutes or 30 minutes maximum. So if anybody joins, that would be very amazing. Now, I am going to kind of look around a little bit. I've completely changed my entire desk prior to doing this. If anybody might have watched the live streams yesterday, I was having a little bit of audio problems. Now, the only thing is at the moment, I can't see the live chat. I think it's here, but I'm not sure. I think that's the chat. Yes, I think that's it. So, yeah, if anybody is watching live, please just let me know in the comments. I do have multiple screens set up, and I've just changed opposite to everything it was before now. So if anybody can post in the, I don't know what these, I'm using a completely different software as well to see if this is any better. So if anyone would like to tap or chat in the comments, basically let me know how the quality of the camera looks and also the quality of the audio. Now, I've got the microphone over here now. I've seen somebody do it like this, so I'm just seeing if it's actually better. Firefly Robert, how's it going? I've got to be careful when I wave my hand, because this new webcam, which is this thing right here, has AI tracking. So if I wave, it kind of takes my gestures. So yeah, I can see Alfit Shifribun. Hi, okay. Cam and audio quality looks okay to me here. That's great. Now, it just mostly does if I move the microphone from this spot to this spot, let's call it just about right here. Is that different in audio? If you can let me know at all. I'm very sorry that I'm doing this and I'm getting you guys to be kind of the guinea pigs testing it, but I'm just curious, firstly, how a morning live stream will go, how the lighting is better, or second mic position is better. Yeah, I guess because I'm not speaking, well, I was speaking directly into it. I can lower down the actual audio slightly as well. I don't know if that's changing. I feel like it is. Testing. Oh, that's echoing now, right? So let's turn that off. I feel like I've got it right now. I'm not too sure. So, yes, breakfast. Now, if anyone does type in Russian, I can't read Russian. So I'm sorry if you are here from Russia. Obviously, I'm in Moscow, Russia, by the way. So if anyone hasn't watched a live stream before, typically I do them in the evening Moscow time. It's 10:44 a.m. here. It's very cold outside today. If anyone's curious, it's 3.4 degrees on my balcony, on my little sensor outside the window of the balcony. It's nice and warm in the kitchen, though. It's 25.3. We've got all the windows closed, obviously. Real feels about -9 or 10. So, yes. Liaz, hello. Sync okay now. So, yeah, I'm just hoping that the quality, if anyone has got the little cog, which is the settings, if you might be watching on your phone or on a desktop or television, see if you can change the quality up to 720p, 1080p, or try it even if it's got 4K. I don't know what that resolution of 4K is, but if that kind of works. I think, though, based on this Prisma that I'm using, it's not doing past 1080p. And I've tried to click and change this quite a few times. It says you can't change that setting anymore now after it's done it, if that makes sense. Hard frost and sunshine, a day of pleasure. You are still drowsy at your leisure. It's time, my beauty. ops your eyes. Open your eyes. Now, the only thing is as well, I've moved the camera and it's a tiny bit above the height of the monitor. So again, it kind of does look like I'm looking down. I am kind of looking at myself. If I drag the chat absolutely right in front of me, I was hoping. I was kind of hoping that I could make it bigger. So I'm kind of staring at the chat, and I'm kind of almost looking at the camera at the same time. So if I look up to it now, I've looked at a few different ways of optimizing where it should be. Have you tried Barney Bear? I'm not sure who Barney Bear is. Is that possibly like a candy or a sweets or something like that? If anyone wants to let me know where they're from, by the way, you could post in the comments where you're from. And again, if you can just let me know from anybody how the sound is and how the quality of the picture is, because I can only see the I can't see that there now. I'm just sort of using two different things here, of course, which is always good. The one thing I've got this set up now where it shows me who subscribes, but I can't get it to go on the screen. There's a mode where you can put it on the screen, but I can't get that to work. I've tried and tried and tried. It's kind of sitting there, the option that I've got, but it won't jump over onto the screen. So I don't know why it doesn't do that. Source projector order on top, move up, move down. So, and now the chat's disappeared on me. Of course it has. Studio mode. I'm not sure what studio mode means. So, virtual background, beauty effects. Yeah, this is called Prisma Live Studio, which I've had on my computer, but I've not used it until now. So, if that makes sense. Barney Bear isn't it? Oh, is a biscuit with chocolate. Is that the sponge ones? They come in like a blue box with the bears on the front, and it kind of looks like a sponge, half chocolate, I think. If that's the one. Hello, Russell. I have a friend in Australia, in Adelaide. He says Australians don't watch soccer or football, but are more into cricket and rugby. They're soccer champs now. I think you posted this last night, the same question. Yes, we basically do tend to follow Australian rules football, especially summertime, tennis, golf, cricket. So there is a kind of a Chinese name, hello. With Prisma Live, I can't put the chat up on the screen either. With the other program that I was using, I could. So I'm just sort of seeing which program works better for me. So I'm sorry, I did like to pop the chat up on screen, but it doesn't let me do that. The stream is maximum 1080p, not 4K, probably a YouTube limitation. Yeah, the thing is with this streaming camera, I guess I think it's also based on the software, because I've got the software for it. There's a program that you launch, which lets you choose the 4K, which is what I did. Now, I'm kind of curious now if this Prisma Live doesn't put it out in 4K. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, they're in the blue box. Yes, I know of these bears. Yes. Russell, you need to tell them that AFL is aerial ping pong, not real football. I like AFL. I'm not a rugby supporter, so rugby league, rugby union. So now this is kind of cool. I can move this camera slightly because I can see now that I'm not centered. So if I do that, if you want to see something even cooler, if I press that, I can eventually, when the light corrects, because it's obviously very white outside, you can see the view out the window. Well, kind of. And you can just see the, over here, the top of the church here. Can you see the church over here? There's a church here, and that's basically, we're kind of looking out straight over the town, if you like. So that's kind of cool, isn't it? I think it's this one. No, it's not. It's this one. There we go. That's back to me, kind of. Yeah, I'm trying to still master this. So the problem is I kind of need to just use it to get used to it, and then see which is the better program to use. I've never really had so many buttons and things that I can press. So, any tips for how to make accent Aussie? I don't think I have any tips for that. I don't know. You can say throw another shrimp on the barbie. I guess it's a matter of maybe Googling some Australian slang words and start saying those words a lot. So instead of eating shrimps, we eat prawns. No worries. You can say no worries. G'day, Russell. Do you... good day, Russell. We say g'day. So it's G, day is g'day. Do you want to move to another region of Russia? We have a lot of beautiful and inspiring places. My wife is very happy here where we are, which is in Moscow region or Moscow Oblast. So yeah, we live, for anyone that's not in Russia, we live about 40 kilometers just southwest of Moscow. If I was to drive a car literally from here, I can get to Red Square in about probably under an hour, 45, 50 minutes by car. Depends on traffic. It's the weekend now, so wouldn't be so bad. Why can't we see the Kremlin from your apartment? Very disappointing. Sorry, John. Yes. Actually, oh no, I think it's too foggy. I don't know if that shows that. I'm curious if... Now, there is the... what's the name of it called? Oh, Park Patriot. Park Patriot. Now, I think... Oh, it's just off. Oh my gosh. There's a very famous part. I think the camera doesn't reach. No, it doesn't. So... there's a very famous museum, basically a military museum, and there's also a huge church there, which has been recently built. It's kind of a modern, old-looking church, if that makes sense. And we can just see the tip of it. It's actually very cloudy today. It was snowing last night, so you probably can't see it today. So unfortunately, yeah, I can't see the Kremlin's quite a long way. There wouldn't be that many people that would have that genuine view of it. I guess people may see it off in a very distant sort of view, but I don't like cold, so there for a live stream in a warm place. Yes, and actually I was tidying up. My wife pretty much tidied up everything. I'm kind of hiding things here because I've cleared my whole desk, but then, now the tracking is working. So now everything's on the desk here behind. So this camera also has tracking too. So when I go like this, the microphone doesn't follow me, but the camera will. So, and then if I stay like that and then go to 4, it should just correct to me then. Check that out. Privyet. Yes, again, I can't read Russian names, so I'm sorry. Privyet. I was going to say what was good morning. Dobro something. I'm not sure what the other word for morning is. Здравствуйте, Russell. Yes, Rail, hello. Hello from Cottesloe. Wow. Cottesloe, very nice place. Australian, in terms of beaches in Perth or suburban beaches, I guess once the Indian tea house is kind of ever finished or restored, and Andrew Forrest sorts it out there between, I think the council is kind of more. I'm going to blame the council in Cottesloe for the not sorting the Indian tea house out. So yeah, very, very beautiful beach on the west coast of Australia where I'm from. We were living down in Rockingham by the foreshore there, so kind of as nice a beach, but Rockingham Beach is the foreshore there is very protected. So there's no waves and choppy seas. We don't have the Bell to swim out to, but it's very nice for kids and families to swim. It's very shallow water. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Good morning is all right. If you're going to say anything in Russian, I'm not going to read it. So in case I was told last night I was reading very bad words. So I'm not going to read any words in Russian that I don't know that I So Mark, hello. I'm not sure what's happened there. Your name has come up highlighted in green. So again, I'm using a different software, a third different software than what I used yesterday. I'd like to think that it's better, but I can't guarantee to myself that it is. It's down to everybody watching it that knows it's better. So yeah, it's probably it's probably equally as echoey. I've got the other door open over here. Again, we don't have window. We don't really need curtains here. Kind of need them in summer, but obviously in winter it gets dark early and late. So good morning, Russell. 7:57 here in Scotland. I see you were doing the hovering. Do you mean basically the AI tracking where I move around? Actually, it's doing it now even. Sorry. I need to essentially disable it so that it doesn't follow me as much as it is. And then I can lock the camera. And as long as I don't move from the chair, it's perfectly well. So, yeah, 7:50. So it's 10:58 here. So 7, 8, 9. So 3 hours difference. I guess it's because it's daylight saving, right? I did a 3-hour time difference. What happened to England yesterday? Okay, in a couple of hours, Australia is going to get. Well, we hope we don't lose, but yeah, England didn't do well. Anybody's following the World Cup? So, guys, I kind of want to thank everybody who is here live. The other thing I was trying to do was get the donation alerts thing up on the screen, but it says it's there, but it doesn't want to pop it up for me. So I don't know what's going on with that either. So I've got it set up on the other screen. So that's the only thing with using different apps every time is I get kind of used to one for ages and ages and ages, like I was using StreamYard. I think I might just go ahead and pay for the monthly subscription to StreamYard. And then I can use all the features. I just don't think that they do 4K streaming either. So I've got this very nice camera and all of the software programs don't allow you to stream it in 4K. So I can basically record and use it as a recording device in 4K. I know this sounds weird, but what I'd like to... Oh, there it is. This is what I want to see. So if I press that now... Excuse me 1 second. And I click that. Then I can see over here now, which is what I want to see. This is easier for me now. At least one thing is easier, anyway. You're always on. Good to see you, Mark. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mark. On this Prisma that I'm using, when you type things because of your membership, it doesn't show the comment. That's why I've opened up this other comments. But now I've got to look on the other side now of the screen. Other live streamers make it look so easy, and they've got their setup down pat. Now, the one thing I'm trying to do is get the location of the camera right, so I don't feel like I'm always looking away from the camera. I've kind of got to look up. It's angled down on me. It's designed to angle down the camera. So I can see that there now. And actually, there's not as speedily. Is that the right word? Speedily chatting. So it's not going as fast as it does. So hello from Moscow, Bleezy. Hello. Lucky Strike. Hello. Hello from Volgograd. Sorry. I want to thank you for your important mission. It's not a mission, really. It's just me filming things to show our country to others. Funny question. Do you listen to great Australian bands AC/DC? I don't listen to really any music, but as the other... where are we here? Captain Bonholm said, they're from Cottesloe, so they're also from Perth or Western Australia. And a couple of things about AC/DC. So obviously, the whole band is obviously not together now. The Bon Scott, he's buried in the cemetery at Fremantle Cemetery, which is the major cemetery in Perth. There's Karrakatta and there's Fremantle Cemetery. And people come from all around the world to make a pilgrimage to see his gravestone. Kind of similar to what people do here in Moscow and Moscow region. Probably in all cities around Russia, they do that. People go to see the graves of famous people and pay their respects to them. And Bon Scott is at the local Fremantle Cemetery. Now, you would never sort of typically talk about, who's in the cemetery and who's not. And I'm sure there's a lot of other people in the cemetery. But, now it's gone away. I've got way too many tabs open. That one, there it is. So I want to have the chat as close to where I'm looking at the camera as possible. And then if you go down to Fremantle Fishing Boat Harbour, we have very few statues in WA, in Western Australia. Unlike in Russia, where there's a statue on every main street. And there is a life-size statue of him at the Fremantle Fishing Boat Harbour. It's a very strange place to put it, but he's basically there kind of doing like a pose, like his classic pose. In Fremantle at the harbour. Yeah, we don't have very many people that are basically statued in Perth. There's a footballer at the stadium, at the Perth Stadium, or Optus Stadium we like to call it, because we've got to get the branding in, because we don't like to call it that really, but... I'm in Russia. I'm in Moscow region. So yeah, I know AC/DC's very classic songs. I never really listened to music at all in all my life, unfortunately. It's a bit of a shame, I guess. Some people, think music's good for the soul and the heart and the head and everything. So, are you going to leave Russia? For now, I'm not. No. We have talked about it. We've gone through it a lot, my wife and I. And for now, we are... I'm not going to leave. Just been Googling to see if VMAX software will do 4K for you. Thank you, John. Yes. If you can tell me which software does it, especially a streaming type of software. I really do want to try and get... Oh my gosh, OBS. OBS has got way too many features and functions, like way too many. And I'd like to try to get OBS to do it. So, yeah. What about 8K? Well, the camera is 4. I think this is considered the best streaming camera or webcam in the last 5 years. If anyone watched last night, it's right there. There's a bit of plastic right here. And this was actually on the lens on the first live stream, and I didn't realize. And then I took it off, and I couldn't find it this morning when we were cleaning up the desk. I thought it had fallen on the floor because it's a very, just bit of plastic. 16K as well. My gosh. That'd be like television studio cameras in here. Hello, Russell, Australian uncle. Come to me in Smolensk. This is an ancient and historic city. It's located 400 kilometers west of Moscow. Yes. Come to me in. Oh, you're Australian. Leserub. I actually have a Scottish friend who's back in Scotland right now. He's also from. He and his wife have a place in Smolensk also, and he came to visit me in Moscow for the day when they went to do a bit of a trip, and we walked around VDNH together. Can probably purchase see individual molecules. I don't know if. It's this one. Actually, we'll be able to see here. If I do this, this will be very scary for you. Oh, that's as much as I can zoom. Yeah, my skin is very dry. This colder weather doesn't do anything good for me. So by the way, guys, I'm going to stream until actually about another 10 minutes. 12:30, 1:30. I've got to leave by 11:45 today. I've got to literally go out today and meet somebody for lunch. And I've got to be over there by 1:30. So 8K is the top at the moment. Yes. Ekaterinburg. Hello. How much? How much is this new camera? Well, this is why I've set up donations alerts and all these different things that everybody's asking me to set up this, set up that, set up this. So it wasn't cheap. I guess you can Google it and look it up. The price, Insta360 link. The problem is in Russia is they're not shipping Insta products to Russia. And this literally recently came out to the point that it kind of never made it in the original shipment when they first came out, if that makes sense. By the way, we got 65 thumbs up on the video. Thank you, or on this live stream. Do you guys like doing the morning live streams like this? I wonder. You can let me know if you like the morning live streams or not. Yes, but pretty much, if you haven't watched any other live streams at all before, the Rode camera here is Australian, by the way, and this boom arm. These were all basically, essentially via super chats or donation alerts. Everything was basically funded by you guys. You're the shareholders in the Traveling with Russell channel. And I guess I'll keep myself as the CEO, and you're the shareholders. Hello from the Urals. Ellie, how's it going? Zdravstvuyte. Good morning, Real Moscow Projects. Please only in English. Yes, Real Moscow Projects is one of the moderators on the channel. So if anybody's saying anything untoward or anything a little bit cheeky, we call it cheeky when people say something a little bit either good, fun, silly, stupid, whatever you want to call it, all those in between. She'll take care of you, Julie. Well, I'm saying a lot of words today. Oh, there you go. 285 on Amazon in the US. Yep, so that's... I can't figure out what that would be in... So it's a little bit cheaper. I probably paid a bit closer to about $350 US because of the fact that you can't get it here. It's basically brand new factory sealed. I got it yesterday in the mail from somebody in St. Petersburg. So I don't know how he got it or where he got it from. There is a lot of people buying things over in Finland, in Helsinki, and bringing them across that way. People actively can travel quite easily back and forward if you've got the Schengen visa. And I assume he got it that way, but I don't know. My wife basically spoke to him, put a lot of trust in him sending it. So yeah. Rohit, hello. Good evening to you. It's morning time here. By the way, Real Moscow Projects, I'm going to be leaving home here at 11:45. So we're going to go till maybe 11. I've just got to get cleaned up a little bit and dressed. For anyone watching, by the way, Real Moscow Projects, we're meeting for lunch today. At 2 p.m. we're going to meet for lunch. But I want to get there for about 1:15, 1:30, or probably around about that. I just want to have a bit of a walk around there and see if there's a pitorichka. And actually, I'm going to ask you when we get. I was going to ask you when we get there. I need to film something at the pitorichka if there's one there somewhere, and I want you to hold my camera for me and film me at pitorichka. I'll kind of explain more when I get there, But I'm pretty sure you're closer to where we're meeting for lunch than I am, so that's why I need to not do an extended live stream today. So, how is the travel situation there? Can we come there? Absolutely can. Actually, you've always been able to come, even before everything kind of got on the news in the last 9 months. You can get visas. There's flights, Etihad, Qatar Airways, Emirates Airways, Turkish Airways through Europe. So all the Middle Eastern airlines are flying here. Yeah, actually, oh my gosh, Colombo. When I was at the airport the other day, I was looking at the board there. There was flights to I guess that's Sri Lanka, isn't it? Colombo, Sri Lanka. There was flights to Colombo. I was at Vanuatu, which has essentially got most of the domestic flights, but they do have some international flights from Vanuatu. So yeah, you can apply for visas online. It's pretty straightforward, actually, the Russian visa application. As long as you get all your things filled out and everything's within board within the parameters of applying. Are you using your camera? Yes, I am, Carol. Please tell me if it looks and sounds good. I'm using a different software to what I used yesterday, by the way, so I'm kind of curious if this is better or not. So that's the only thing that's sort of difficult to kind of judge. And I've got even set up here this. So in the description of the chat, guys, I've got all these ways that you can contribute to the channel. And I know I feel like I'm repeating it, guys, but people keep asking me about this, so I keep telling you guys about it. Depending on where you live, there's different ways that you can help the channel. So, yes. So yeah, Carol, this is the new camera. So yes, if you did help out in any way with super chats, PayPal, there was a couple of people who sent PayPal, which I'm very appreciative of. I'm going to always keep saying they know who they are because a couple of people didn't want to be acknowledged. So that's up to them, of course. If somebody does send any kind of a donation and they don't want to be acknowledged, I'll be polite to them to do that. So started to watch you a few weeks ago. Nice videos about our country from Australian view. By the way, I watch you on TV, and my wife is still in bed and watching the video. Can you say, "Wake up, Olga"? Oh, wake up, Olga. I'll have to look at the camera and say it. Yeah, it's 11, but it's Saturday. It's a non-working day in Russia, so maybe she's got to sleep in a little bit and charge the batteries from working during the week or whatever you were doing during the week. I'm not sure, Olga, what she was doing, but Saturday and Sundays are Saturdays are a bit more active days, right? You get up, you might go shopping, go to the hardware store, you might go for a walk, you might go to the park. And Sundays is kind of the relaxed day, isn't it? So, thank you. Looks great, sounds great. I'd like to go see St. Petersburg, Moscow, and some parks there. Yeah, I literally was in St. Petersburg for 23 hours. Actually, it was probably about 20 hours if I count kind of arriving through and in and out of the airports, the two domestic airports from Moscow to there and back. It was only like an hour and a bit flight, not even that. I was a bit squashed on the flight on the way back. I had that window seat, and then I was very squashed on the way back. I was kind of I put my phone on with my headphones and kind of just sucked it in for that kind of hour and a half, and then we landed, and that was it, you know. So, did you move to Russia not knowing a word of Russian? Have you taken Russian classes? I haven't taken Russian classes. No, I've learned words. Essentially, I did move here not knowing any Russian. I pick up a lot of single words, but not sentences, which is a bit of a shame or a bit of a bad situation that I put myself in, I guess. I guess that's probably the best way to kind of say it. What's your favorite place in Moscow? I mean, honestly and truly, I could walk around, I could get any day of the week and go for a walk around Red Square and around Alexander Garden, around the Kremlin area. I know it's very quintessential tourist hotspot, but I could happily do that. I know Real Moscow Projects, her and I and her partner, we've walked around Moscow before, and there's a lot of kind of older buildings, older streets. You know, it's, you know, I'm just never up on this is this area, that's that area, this is this area, but I could happily just walk in that kind of real center area of Moscow. It's kind of just nice generally. And there's a lot of nice parks as well here. And obviously a lot of what you're seeing on the videos I do is going to shopping centers, which really are spread out over quite a distance around Moscow. Hello from the Crimea. Hello, Kin44. Is there really Crimean fried chicken, CFC there? I saw a very old video, a very old YouTube video where they were going to CFC, Crimea Fried Chicken. And I'm curious if it's true that there is one or not, or if it was like just somebody that kind of made their own name and brand and things like that to kind of make fun of KFC and Kentucky Fried Chicken. I kind of wonder. Yes. Russia is not a beautiful country. Wow. It's not a beauty country. I mean, I haven't seen all of it, so I can't vouch for that, but I know from watching videos, watching documentaries, it's an incredibly big country. What is it, 10, 11, 12 time zones or something like that? There's between here, well, and all the way to the east of Russia. Yeah, it's a big place, really it is. Yeah, we have CFC. I find it strange, I think, just a copy. Yeah, until I ever see it and kind of understand about it, you know. So it's a very beautiful country. Yeah, I mean, every country in the world is beautiful in your own heart, if that's where you're from, where you grew up, where you live. And I think everybody will have that kind of, my city's the best, my country's the best. There's a lot of beauty that we just don't see when we live there, and we're not willing to sort of admit it, you know, sometimes, you know, oh, my city's ugly and it's not beautiful, but, you know, you look out the window here and see, okay, it's not snowing now, but it's basically beautiful and white, and it looks so still when it's like this, you know, so... No, but can you tell me how and when you got here and what you do here for the living apart from blogging? I don't work. Yeah, I basically do this. I make videos. Unfortunately, I don't get YouTube revenue from Russian views. So it's kind of struggling the channel now because more Russian viewers are seeing the channel because of some TV shows that I appeared on. One that I knew about and one that I didn't. Basically, I think a few people got hold of a few of the videos and saw me showing, you know, shops and supermarkets and shopping centers in a positive light, and kind of made the news a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, my wife, we're married here. We got married 5 years ago now. I've lived here pretty much 9 years since I met my wife 10 years ago. So, yeah, I am going to make a video that's a standalone one that sort of talks about me and my being here, because even the TV shows didn't really elaborate on that too much. So, yeah. How does Russia compare to Australia? Well, that would not be an easy answer. I guess it's very vast. I guess you could compare the fact that it's so vast and there's a lot of nothing in far-reaching places of Russia. Population here you can't really compare because it's insanely populated. I mean, Moscow 15, 17, 18 million, which is more than half of the Australian population entirely. So I feel like I'm looking down. I'm sorry if I'm not looking up at the camera. Yeah, it's very hard to kind of say that as a comparable thing. Greetings from St. Petersburg. You were in our city. I was in the Baltic states. Thank you for your content. Thank you. Yes, I was there. Literally, I didn't really see a whole lot. I saw a couple of locations that I went to film videos in, and that was it. And back. I was in the car more than I saw things. Yeah, thank you. Domalishini. Sorry if I've said that wrong. The Altai region and Kamchatka look very beautiful according to videos I've seen. Yes. Yeah, very like rolling hills and things like that. The thing is, the places like this are very different in winter than they are in summer. And that's where it's even hard to kind of make that comparison as well, because it kind of goes to a whiteout where, okay, not entirely white, but, the view out my window here changes between summer and winter very drastically as well. I mean, now that all the trees have lost their leaves, you can see every house and every rooftop here. And then in summertime, and the trees gain all their leaves, of course, and it's kind of just goes green the whole place. So what's the coldest temperature Russia gets? Well, I guess not here, but -30, -40, I think -50 in Vorkuta and these kind of places. I'm not sure about the northern parts of Russia. I think -40 or 50, I think it gets down to. It gets cold. But it's very hard to kind of say that because you're in different places. You do dress appropriately. You do wear layers. You wear scarves, mittens, beanies. So you're not going out, in your shorts and flip-flops at all. Is Men at Work popular band? Also, can you say something about yearly spiders reign in Australia? Are you scared of spiders? Yeah, I don't like spiders at all. I'll kind of just whack them with a magazine or a towel or something. And Men at Work is obviously probably an 80s band, 90s. Land Down Under the song is pretty much one of the unofficial anthems of Australia. Colin Hayes is the lead man of that. He's still around. He does a lot of solo kind of acoustic guitar kind of concerts. I think he's even got a YouTube channel. I'm almost certain he does. He doesn't post very often, but he could definitely do more and be more active, and he could gain a lot out of it, but I guess he chooses not to, so I'm not sure about yearly spider rain. I think it may be certain spiders that are, I don't know. Now the chat's faster than... I love the bridges with the intricate ironwork on them. They're quite amazing, especially given how old some of them are. Yeah, I guess in St. Petersburg, there was a lot of bridges. It felt like, I sort of said to the people I was with, I said, it feels like you're in Venice. Because every like 5 minutes, you're going over another bridge to go this way, to go over another bridge. I guess in Moscow, in the center here, there's the traffic bridges and then the walk bridges. Yeah. You're right. Russia is very big, right? Yes. Best to say that Russia and Australia are different. Yeah, it's be impossible to compare. Yakuta, the city of Olyamakon. Thank you. You should consider moving to the Black Sea coast. Weather in Moscow in winter is unbearable. I'm fine with it. I mean, honestly and truly, I can deal with it. No worries at all. Popular in Australia a long time ago, right, Jimmy? Yeah, look, they've Pretty much one of their songs is famous to this day. Yes, you're just interested you and woke up. There's a statue of former West Australian Premier Charles Court on St George's Terrace near Murray Street. Oh, I didn't know about that one. I know there's those kangaroos there across from the law courts, is it? Or what's that place there? And then there's in Fremantle on top of it's across from the Port Authority building. I think that's C.Y. O'Connor is the other statue there that I know of. And then there's the Nicky Winmar one at the stadium in Perth. Yeah, we're just talking about different statues in WA. So, but Charles Court, yeah, there's a couple of people that have done a lot for Western Australia. It's very interesting. I've talked about this to other people that Australia, to get a statue of yourself, you've really got to do things to the next level. That is the only. I think is there a statue for Polly Farmer maybe at Subiaco Oval? I don't know if it might be not there now. It could be still there. But to get a statue in WA, you have to move some needles very much. So not necessarily politician-wise, but there's not many at all. Is this chat for real? Yes. Yeah, I literally changed software and I have to leave. Okay, I'm going to end the chat in... What do you reckon, Real Moscow Projects? When should I end the chat? I've got to get ready. I've got to go walk to the bus stop, catch the bus to Sarajevo, and then the bus to Tropolistan, where I'm meeting you guys. Jay, I'm meeting Real Moscow Projects for lunch today. And hopefully I hope her partner's coming too, Sasha. Feels a bit weird if it's just the two of us meeting, but my wife knows I'm going for lunch. She's gone to work, so she's got clients booked today. If anyone wants to see, I tidied the desk up here, but everything's piled over here, so I've not done a good job. I've only done half the job of tidying up. That's why the vacuum's just behind here. We're at 11:28 here. So morning, Jay. They can't... Australians... Yes, correct. Thank you. That would live forever all around the world. Right. I remember when I was in Bali, going to Bali on holiday a lot, and it would come on in the bar like 3 or 4 times a night. And you go to a different bar thinking it's new music, and they put it on again. So why are you staying in Russia so long? My wife, I'm married and live here. I have residency to live here. I've got living and working rights to live here, do everything like that. Yeah, I'm from Perth, Australia, originally. No worries. If anyone wants to type in English, it's a lot easier to read things. I know it might be difficult if you don't do that, but the reason your skin is dry is because of the electric heating. It dries the air quite a bit and causes very dry skin. Yeah, it's insane. Like, I feel bad now because I just kind of looking even on the side of my forehead as well. And I've changed shampoos a few times, changed body wash a few times. Probably the fact that I sit next to the central heating bar, it's literally down here on my lower right-hand side. Apparently there's a dreadful Margaret Court. This dreadful Margaret Court is related to Charles Court. Yeah, Margaret Court's very outspoken, isn't she? And they don't want to remove her name from the tennis center stadium, over in Melbourne. Good morning, Refrozen Man. We have black windows, brown recluse, and recently we now have wolf spiders here in California. They are poisonous. We have tarantulas too, but they're fuzzy, kind of like kittens. Yeah, we have the huntsman spider. If you think of the tarantula, but it'll kill you, that's what we've got over on the east coast of Australia, the huntsman. They don't really have them in WA, in Perth, where I'm from, but they're mostly on the east coast of Australia. Central heating, yeah. Wasn't Polly Farmer at Footscray? I don't know where he played originally. I think I don't know. I don't honestly know his background, although I should know everything in the world, right? Am I dreaming? It's only 8:30 in the morning in London. Yes, I just did this because I tidied up the whole desk. I've moved the screens around. I've moved the camera. I've moved the microphone. I've cleaned and dusted everything here because I didn't do that in a long while. So, Bali is beautiful, great place for surfing. Yes, I just rented boogie boards when I went to the beach in Bali. Never been into surfing. Be safe, Russell, and have a fantastic day. Thank you, Sam. If you're off, yeah, I'm gonna get off very, very soon. John 259. Hello. We have another. Well, I guess with a different time zone, we've got different moderators here today. I think I needed your help on one of the streams once, and I added you. So I think Eddie Wu is a finalist for Australian of the Year. I'm not sure who Eddie Wu is. Sorry. And won it. Wow, okay. Thanks. Now the chat is going quicker, and I'm doing scrolling on the wrong thing here. What do I miss most? Tim Tams, which are the Australian biscuits. That's about it. Chicken salt. We've got chicken flavored salt in Australia, which is not everybody's favorite thing. Gravy. Actually, gravy. Gravox or OXO cubes to make gravy. Bisto gravy, which is actually English, actually. It's not Australian. But yeah, that would be some things that I miss. My wife makes roast beef here, but we can't make the gravy. We've kind of tried with some Maggi kind of things, but it's just not the same. Hello from Perm. I've been in Perth in 2018. There was a really huge park. Yeah, in the city there. Yeah, Kings Park is what you're talking about. You might try some lotions or oils. Yeah, my wife's got one. It's literally called SOS cream. I don't know where she got it from, but I am sort of using that. Excuse me for 1 second. Здравствуйте. Cuckoo. Yeah, no, I'm doing live stream. I'm about to end in 5 minutes, and then I'm going to leave by 1:45. So, no worries. I was just testing out another software, and I moved my camera to another position. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, it's better. It's just awkward to get used to the different software, that's all. But the camera and the microphone is good. If you put the camera on, you'll see it now if you want to. And you can see if it looks clear or not. Okay. I'm going to get off because I have to be on the live stream, yeah? Okay. Bye. Sorry if I missed the chat now. I guess you guys are chatting. Perth has a lot of mining companies. Yes, Dimitri, yes, a lot. Pretty much all the major mining companies are headquartered in WA because of the proximity of the northwest where all the iron ore mining is. We've got gold mining, tin, copper, coal. So, I need to dry my hair. So, chat, be good boys and behave yourself. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to get off too. What time we're at? 35. All right, 4 minutes more, and I'm going to end the live stream, if that's okay with everybody. Try humidifier. It's funny, I put the moisture back in the air. Yeah, that's the thing is we don't open the window as much now because it's just too cold. We can open it for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, let some fresh air in. And that's another thing too. The windows are, I think these are triple glazed. Someone mentioned it yesterday, and I think they're right. And it keeps everything very warm here. So that's the whole thing with the dry air, right? There's no circulation. Try learn Russian while you sleep on YouTube. Yeah, someone suggested. I've heard of that before. Actually, someone said that you play the ones where they just talk to you, and you hear them in your head. It's actually not a bad idea to get a humidifier. I've never asked my wife if she thought about that, actually. So someone just subscribed. I've got the donation alert thing up, and you can actually put it that it tells you when someone even subscribes. Is the following camera on me again? Yes, sorry. I'm going to press number 4. It's not really matched off. Are there any Western TV series with Russian dubbing that might help you to learn the Russian language? Yeah, I don't watch really any television on TV, literally in the other room. This house doesn't, it's got the socket. In our old place, we had a TV in our kitchens. But above where the desk is here, it's not set up to have a TV. I watch a lot of streaming television from Australia. I watched Fisk, if anyone's Australian watching. Fisk, it's an ABC TV show, comedy. I watched an episode of that this morning while I was tidying up here. But yeah, like any of the sport, I can watch live streaming in English. Are there any? Yeah, so just a quick hello from Denmark. Christian, hello. Don't spend money on the humidifier. Just put a pot of warm water on a kitchen counter. That's an interesting idea. Like to have just some warm water, with some boiling hot water, I guess, with the steam. You bought a house in Russia. We have another apartment, not this one that we're living in another part of Moscow region that we rent out. My wife bought it. There's actually a video on the channel if you want to watch the video. We're actually going to go, I don't know if we're going this week or next week, to go and get the kitchen sorted out or measured up to get a quote on getting a kitchen installed. We've got a guy that'll do it for us. We just have to go and figure out which one we want to do. So yeah, we have a studio apartment that we basically have as a rental. It kind of works out in our favor because basically that they pay us rent and we pay our rent and we're good. So you can put some lemon juice into hot water and leave it in the open pot overnight for humidity to go up. Yeah, this is probably why it's like this, because it kind of looks worse some days more than others. And especially my forehead where it's not as red today. But you can kind of see it's sort of a little bit red here. How do you deal with all the restrictions to keep using Australian streaming services? Oh, VPN. Everyone's using VPNs in Russia. I don't think it's a secret. It never has been. I mean, LinkedIn's been not working for years here. So, yeah. VPNs solve everything. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Guys, I will end pretty much the live stream now. So I just want to thank everyone who watched the live streams yesterday. There was obviously quite a lot of people who did send donations on donation alerts. Thank you very much. I'm going to kind of move on now to getting probably a new phone. That I can use to film rather than having it as a phone. So I don't have to have both on the same phone, if that makes sense. Lucifer, hello. Perles, hello. Yeah, there's so many Russians on LinkedIn. Yeah, it's pretty much the business Facebook, isn't it? I mean, it's probably too much business, but I know that's the whole point of it. People like to build their brand on LinkedIn. So, yeah. Thanks everybody. If anyone does use all of these different, what do you call these things? These donation options. I liked it when I just had super chats. It was much easier. Just have one method. You can choose to do it or not. And then obviously the audience has evolved a lot in the last month and a half. So, thank you. Yeah. If anyone, now actually I might ask a question here. Now I don't know if Jay watched the video or not, but I've made a walk around video of gum. Do Do you guys want to watch that? And I'll unlist it and I'll put it to public right after the stream ends. We have an election in Victoria today. Oh, is Perrottet the Victorian guy? Oh, Andrews. Dan Andrews is your guy in Victoria, isn't it? Where is Perrottet? Is that New South Wales? Thanks for about the warm water. Thank you. Just give us a bell on Telegram. Thanks, Jay, for your offers of help. And honestly, it's a lot of things, and I really appreciate it. And it's actually good to have someone at the end of the line, so to speak, right? I mean, to have somebody that you can just message, ask questions back and forward. It's always good to have. And I say this to my wife as well. It doesn't hurt to have more friends. Looking forward to your new live stream. Yes, I'm not sure. Well, today's Saturday, Sunday. I guess we'll give it a few days break between now. Daniel Andrews is Victoria, right? Yeah, I wonder now for WA, Mark McGowan, what's going to happen. Obviously, he was kind of the hero during the COVID times, and then obviously it changed a lot after that. So be interesting what will happen with him at some point. Yes, I'd like to watch and liked it already. Oh, so if you like, guys, thanks, Russell. Looking forward to your next live stream. Labour won the Victorian election. Do you have an Instagram page? No. But if you've got Telegram, actually, I'm going to have a look now. If I just do this. The Telegram channel is on 486 subscribers. So Traveling with Russell channel. If anybody wants to join that channel, if you've got Telegram. So yeah, 486. I was hoping to get to 500 today or tomorrow, but I don't know if it's likely or not. But McGowan, he's very popular. Yeah, he was Mr. 86%? Wasn't he called that at one point? We had a premier that basically had 86% approval rating. I actually helped out with the election campaign, and I've got the hat here. I don't think I've got the T-shirt, but they gave you a hat and a T-shirt for handing out flyers. I wanted to get one of those posters of Mark McGowan. You know those politician posters? And I knew, obviously, at the time he was quite well liked. So I contacted his office and said, I'll give out flyers on election day if I can get 2 posters, signboards. And the lady came knocking on my door, brought 2 over. My wife threw them straight in the spare bedroom. We were living in Australia when that election happened. It was about a year and a half ago now, 2 years ago. Thank you for posting the link to the Telegram channel. Thank you. And I guess if you've not got Telegram, it's an app similar to WhatsApp. Very interesting app. A lot of news channels that you can join through that. So, have you been to Cottesloe? Oh, got to go to the beach. Pretty much you go to the beach to Cottesloe. Sit on the grass. It's got grass terracing where you can sit there and not get sand everywhere. My wife knows Cottesloe Beach very well. She's actually got a client there, a nail salon client, that came to our house to do nails at our place. We had a home salon set up. And then the lady that lived in Cottesloe invited my wife to come to her house and do the nails for her, I think her daughter and a friend. There was 3 of them that were getting nails, manicure, pedicures done. So my wife went to Cottesloe. I drove her to Cottesloe from Rockingham, which is not close. Kind of left her there for the day. I'd go pretty much go for a walk at the beach, or up to North Cottesloe even. And then I'd go over to Cottesloe. I don't know what the shopping centre's called there, but it's not Cottesloe, it's in Claremont. I went to the TAB, bet on the dogs. Do you like Alenka Cholet? I'm not sure who that is, so I don't know if I like them. But I know it is lovely, yes. Yeah, pretty much a lot of tourists don't come to Cottesloe. Most tourists that come to Perth will end up at Scarborough Beach. That seems to be more the tourist place to go to. And then, oh, wow, is it still called Observation City? I'm not sure. All right, guys, I'm going to have to go because I've gone at least 15 minutes longer than I wanted to go. I'm going to thank everybody for watching the live stream. Thank you for the likes. It says 138 on my screen here on this new program that I'm using. If anyone can find me a 4K streaming app that can stream in 4K that I can use with this program, it would be very helpful. Oh, a Lonka chocolate, you were asking about it, is one of the pictures of a little girl in a headscarf. Yes, I know Elonka. Yeah, I don't really like that chocolate, and it's never cheap. There's a lot more better chocolate that's cheaper than Elonka. But it's pretty much the tourist chocolate that you take to friends and family around when you travel. So yes, thanks. Enjoy your lunch. Yeah, I will actually post a photo on the Traveling with Russell channel later on today when we meet up. I'm not sure who else is coming. At least Real Moscow Projects and her partner Sasha. That'd be 3 of us at least. I'm not too sure otherwise. I think she might have something arranged that I don't know about, so I'm curious. Yes. And anyone's in Moscow, I'm going to Troplestan. We're meeting at a cafe somewhere there, which I've just got the map link to where I'm going, so it's walking distance from when I get off the bus there, so it's nice and easy. So yeah, kind of the Instagram for me is the Traveling with Russell channel, and I do reply to people's chats when they chat from a comment, if that makes sense. So yeah, do swidania, everybody. Thank you for watching the live stream. Oh, can you see that orange thing? Did that come up on the screen then? Oh, what happened? Oh, did anybody just see that orange thing pop up on the screen? Have I got it set wrong? Is that why it's not doing it? Oh, that's weird. For Windows, because it's on my laptop or on my desktop. Definitely. Yeah, because I need to download. I've got OBS, so I might try OBS again. It's just a lot of functions on OBS. This Prisma is kind of a simplified version with less choices that you've got to choose. So yeah, if we can output to 4K, that's what I need. This is kind of cool though. It does tell you here my CPU's 12.4% usage. My GPU is, what's it say there? 20.8% my GPU. That's kind of interesting. No frames dropped and bitrate 6202 kbps. So that's interesting statistics for you. But I have a very nice Dell XPS 15 laptop, which is doing all the work here. So yeah, thank you everybody. I'm going to end the live stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for anyone that's put thumbs ups. Again, thank you for the donation alerts, subscribing to the channel. What I'll do, guys, right after this, I'm going to click the public for the video. Actually, I'll do it right now while we're in the chat. So you guys can watch. Literally, as soon as you unclick this, if you want to, you can watch a walk around of GUM department store, which is in the center of Moscow. The channel grew 100 people since yesterday. Oh, that's kind of interesting. I didn't really look overnight because I was a bit tired after last night, and then I'm here again. Yes, so what I'll do is the GUM video right here was basically to channel members, and we had some views from the channel members, so that's always nice. So yeah, let's go straight to that now, shall we? Public, publish. So yes, the newest video is on the channel now to watch. 52.7. Where are we here? Yeah, 52.710 we're on. So thank you, everybody. Catch you later, everybody. Enjoy your Saturday, and I'm off.